Hello YouTube, this is Hobo. Yesterday was the last day of the Battlefield Hardline beta. So today we're going to talk about what we can expect in the finalized version of the game that is set to release. I don't know, I think it's in March or something. This is a game that I did on Xbox 360. I currently am on one and all of my footage of the actual game will be on one. So just letting you guys know that. This game I went, I believe, 33-4. I'm playing with my good friend Hanky and another good friend Prodigy Basil. Alright, to start off, let's talk about guns since I'm using the M416 and that gun is really OP. The accuracy on the M416 is astonishingly powerful, and itself, it's a time to kill gun that's really fast. I believe we can expect that to get patched, maybe drop a little bit of the range or add a little bit to the time to kill. Earlier today, I also tried out the M16 for the first time, and that gun's pretty good. The only thing I can see changing on that is maybe slightly a little bit more recoil. Just a little tweak, nothing too big on that one. Another gun that I used when I switched over to the one was the RO933. It's the starting out gun for the assault class, and I think that we can expect that gun to get a little bit more range and a little bit better accuracy. That or drop the time to kill a lot, because it's just an all-around bad weapon. Yeah, I missed that. Oh, that hip fire was disgusting. Okay, another gun I can expect to be patched is the scout. I think it's the scout sniper or whatever. The first sniper rifle you get as the recon or the professional in this game. I believe it's an overall pretty even gun except for the rate of fire. The rate of fire is too fast, and I believe they're probably going to drop that rate of fire and they're going to make it so that it's a little slower to shoot. If they do that, I believe it'd be pretty well patched. It wouldn't be too OP, it'd be about right. Another gun I believe we could see patched are probably all around the SMGs. I believe we can see them move the range out a little bit because up close it's just too fast of a kill on all of them. They're like 2-bullet kills up close. I believe they're gonna move the range out a little bit, so it's more of a close to medium range, not necessarily as much as a battle rifle such as the RO933, but just enough so that it's not as powerful as a shotgun. Another thing about the shotgun, I believe we can see the range dropping on the shotguns. Those shotguns have too much range and I feel like they're a little too powerful. Alright, moving on, I'm going to talk about vehicles now. I believe we can see vehicles getting more health and a little bit more damage resistance. I feel like it's a little ridiculous that you can take damage from a pistol and from SMGs when you're in like a helicopter or something like that. So I believe we can expect to see the helicopters getting a little bit more health and a little bit more resilience. Another thing with vehicles is the hitboxes when you drive are just absolutely terrible. They're a lot better than they were in previous Battlefield games, but still I think we can expect to see them tweaked a little bit more. I don't think they're going to get perfect on the release, but after a few patches we can expect it to be pretty top-notch. Another thing on the topic of helicopters are the Stinger. Now, if you guys know, the Stinger, when you pick it up, it's on the map, you can't spawn with it, but you pick it up on the map and it actually has 3 bullets in it. And it's only a 2-bullet kill to take down a helicopter. And what's ridiculous about that is you have one set of flares on the helicopter, and the rate of fire on the Stinger is so fast you can get off the 3 bullets before their flare even comes back. So it takes down, it's almost an instantaneous helicopter takedown whenever you have a Stinger. So either they need to drop the damage on the Stinger, or I think they could just drop the rate of fire, or make it so it spawns with 2 bullets or 1 bullet. Just something a little bit more valuable or optimable. Optimable, I don't even think that's a word. I made up a word. Another thing, since I'm using a pistol right now, let's talk about pistols. Pistols are a little OP. I do think that they're a lot better than they were in previous Battlefield games, because in previous Battlefield games, I remember using the pistols and the rate of fire was terrible and you couldn't do anything with the pistol. I like the rate of fire on the current pistols and I like the hip fire ability. But the problem with the pistols are they have a little too much range and they're a little bit too much powerful. The pistol I'm using now, when I first started off, I was using the RO933 and I would find myself switching to the pistol so often because it had more range than that assault rifle. Excuse me. But it just, I don't know, I believe we can expect to see the range drop on those, maybe a little less damage. Another thing we can expect to see patched are actually, back on the topic of vehicles, the tanker. Now the tanker, it's pretty fun to drive around, but it's really underwhelming because you can get stuck on so many things. I believe it would be nice if you could drive through parked vehicles and stuff like that as the tanker, because in one of the main loading screens of this game, it shows a tanker driving through 2 cop cars and blowing them up. So it's kind of a little misleading. Another thing that I would like to see patched in this game is actually the destructibility. There's not too much destructibility like in the other Battlefields. I understand it is a different game, but I would like to see it toned up a little bit more. I have heard word that other maps you can completely level, but the maps we got in the beta aren't very destructible, and that kind of takes away from the Battlefield experience, because that's what set Battlefield apart. Right here I'm poning right now, just gonna... Alright, this is actually good because I wanted to talk about this. The melee. I believe the melee in this game is really good. It's really fair, you know, 2 hits with the faster weapons and 1 hit with the slower weapons. But something that kind of got me, and the reason why I actually died right there, was because I tapped the melee button, and instead of just doing my normal swing, it went into the animation, and I did not want to do that, and it ended up getting me killed. So I think they should do something like they did with the assassinations in Halo Reach, where if you tap the melee button, you'll do just the normal melee, and in order to do the animation, you have to hold it. I feel like that would be a little bit more player effective. I feel like people wouldn't be getting so mad as often that they'd be dying or whatnot, just like I did. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is actually it's about in the heist game mode. It's about the time you play as cops and the time that you take as you play as criminals. Now, if you're a good team and you do play the objective effectively and you do what you're supposed to effectively, the game is built to play the criminal less. And that kind of takes away from the fact that there are guns that are specific to each side. What I would like to see is maybe an XP boost on the criminal side of the game, or just some way to more balance that, because playing heist, you wouldn't really level up your guns as fast as you would playing cops, because when you were playing cops, you were playing until the criminals would run completely out of tickets. We had criminal games that lasted about 3 minutes. So what I'd like to see is just a little bit more points to be earned. I don't know, just something that's a little bit more enticing to play as the criminals. One theory that I had that I would like to see is I'd like to see that when you pick up the package and you take it towards the objective, if you die before you deliver the package, I'd like to see getting some XP for that, or just like some sort of reward, like package carried or something like that, because you only get points when you pick up the package from the vault and when you deliver the package. Because the cops actually get XP every time the package is returned or the package carrier is killed, anything like that. So I'd like just a tiny XP boost in that. Other than those options, I believe that's what we're going to expect to see patched in the beta. The game right now is pretty complete. It's a pretty complete game. That's something that I was noticing about it. It didn't feel like it was a beta that needed like completely revised. It felt like it was a completed game and it was done. It was a full game. So I don't believe it'll change too much, but I do believe there will be slight changes and tweaks such as those. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And always stay classy.